and ready to rebel. You get the 2026 Dodge Dart GTS, a car that refuses to be categorized, boxed in, or ignored. It's a statement, a purpose-built, fuel-snorting, tire-shredding resurrection of one of the most defiant nameplates in Mopar history. But this time, it's evolved. This isn't the Dart your grandfather drove. And it's sure as hell not built for calm suburbia. It's born for the streets, sculpted by performance, and engineered with something that's almost extinct in today's world: pure, unapologetic attitude. You see, in an age where every car tries to be everything for everyone, the 2026 Dodge Dart GTS dares to be one thing: a driver's car. Not a crossover, not a hybrid minivan in disguise, not an electric pod that whispers silently down your cul-de-sac. This Dart GTS growls. It spits. It bites back when provoked. And that's the whole point. When Dodge first teased the resurrection of the Dart, few expected the direction they took. While many assumed it would be another safe, fuel-efficient commuter, what we got instead was a compact muscle coupe. Yes, a coupe. With 2 doors, rear-wheel drive, and an attitude problem. It doesn't apologize. It doesn't negotiate. It just goes. Under the hood of the 2026 Dart GTS is where everything changes. Gone is the neutered 4-cylinder from the early 2010s Dart. In its place, a high-output, turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-4 that cranks out 330 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque. But this isn't just any Turbo 4. It's built from the same lineage as the Hurricane i6, just shortened and lightened. Dodge calls it the Cyclone. It's direct-injected, dual VVT, and redlines at a blistering 7,200 revolutions per minute. Paired with a 6-speed manual gearbox as standard. Yes, you heard that right, a real stick. It's a visceral throwback to the golden age of performance, only wrapped in modern tech and sharper dynamics. There is an optional 8-speed automatic, but if you're buying the GTS, you owe it to yourself to row your own gears. The shifter has short throws, mechanical feel, and the clutch is tuned for progressive engagement without being overly heavy. Rev matching is standard, but you can turn it off. Dodge knows their customers. They know you don't want interference if you've got the skill. But power is just part of the equation. The chassis of the 2026 Dart GTS is a revelation. Built on a revised version of Stellantis STLA medium platform, it's stiffer, lighter, and sharper than anything Dodge has ever put in this segment. The front suspension is McPherson strut, but heavily retuned with a wider track, forged control arms, and adaptive dampers. In the rear, a multi-link setup replaces the old torsion beam nonsense of years past. The result? Flat cornering, immediate turn-in, and a balance that's uncanny for a car that weighs under 3,300 pounds. And weight matters here. Every pound saved is a pound you don't have to muscle through the corners. Dodge engineers took the formula seriously. Aluminum hood and fenders. Lightweight composite trunk. Optional carbon roof. Even the seats are slimmer and lighter, but still supportive. The result? A power-to-weight ratio that rivals the GR Corolla, Civic Type R, and Golf R, all while costing several $1,000s less. Speaking of cost, Dodge isn't aiming to make this some 6-figure limited-run unicorn. The GTS is priced to fight. Base models start under $36,000. Fully loaded, you're just kissing $44,000, and what you get for that money is nothing short of spectacular. Step inside, and the cabin tells you this isn't just a warmed-over economy car. The dashboard is driver-focused, angled toward the pilot with real physical buttons for climate and performance settings. A 12.3-inch digital cluster is fully customizable and includes performance pages that track everything from boost pressure to G-forces and lap times. The 10.1-inch Uconnect screen is fast, intuitive, and clean, with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a performance-focused UI that never distracts. But the real magic is in the seats. Deep bucket seats with integrated bolsters keep you planted whether you're carving a canyon or hammering a freeway on-ramp. They're trimmed in Alcantara and leather, with contrast stitching and GTS badging. Heated and ventilated are standard, and even the rear seats have been given a little bolstering, because Dodge expects you might actually use this car hard. The sound system, optional Harman Kardon, but honestly, you'll rarely need it, because the real music comes from the tailpipes. The exhaust is dual mode. Under 3,500 revolutions per minute, it's quiet enough for a morning commute. But once you stab the throttle, the valves open and all hell breaks loose. It pops. It bangs. It snarls on overrun. It sounds angry, feral, and perfectly at home on a midnight run or empty highway stretch. And then there's the exterior. One glance, and it's obvious this Dart means business. The front fascia is aggressive, wide grille, deep splitter, and those signature DRLs that glow like angry eyebrows. The hood is vented, functional, and tells you something serious lies beneath. The side profile is pure coupe, low roofline, aggressive rake, wide fenders, and a stance that looks like it's always mid-pounce. Out back, a ducktail spoiler and quad exhaust tips complete the look, with LED taillights that stretch wide across the rear. And every inch of it is functional. No fake vents, no plastic nonsense. Aerodynamics were tested, refined, and implemented with real downforce in mind. Wheels are 19-inch forged alloys, wrapped in 245/35 ZR19 Michelin Pilot Sport 4S rubber. Brakes? Massive Brembo 4-pots up front, with 14-inch rotors. The bite is immediate, the pedal feels superb. Track pads are optional, but highly recommended if you plan on weekend warrior duty. And you should. Because Dodge has built this car for the track, too. Drive modes include street, sport, track, and custom. In track mode, throttle response sharpens, steering tightens, dampers firm up, and the active exhaust stays wide open. Launch control is included. Line lock is optional. Dodge knows who they're selling to. But the Dart GTS isn't just about specs. It's about feeling. That moment when you clip an apex just right. When the turbo spools and throws you into the seat. When the tail steps out ever so slightly and you correct it with your fingertips. It's about connecting man and machine in a way that few modern cars still allow. No filters. No digital fakes. Just raw, analog connection. Amplified by modern tech, not replaced by it. Dodge says this car is for the lost generation of drivers, the ones who grew up dreaming of Vipers, Evos, and GTOs, only to come of age in a world of crossovers and silent EVs. It's a call to arms. A middle finger to the status quo, and it lands hard. But the Dart GTS isn't stuck in the past. It includes modern safety tech, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise, lane keeping, automatic emergency braking. It's got creature comforts, too: dual zone climate, wireless charging, full smartphone integration, digital key access. It's livable, usable, but never boring. And if the base GTS isn't enough, Dodge has hinted at a GTS-R version coming in 2027. Rumors suggest a 400-plus HP version of the Cyclone engine, wider fenders, coilover suspension, and possibly a dual-clutch gearbox. But even if it never arrives, the current GTS is more than enough to wake up the streets and the segment. In a world of homogenized, safe, and forgettable vehicles, the 2026 Dodge Dart GTS rips through the noise like a rebel with a red key. It's not perfect. It's not subtle. And that's the point. It's a car for those who still believe that driving is about more than going from point A to B. It's about the journey. The experience. The grin that sneaks up every time you shift into third and feel the boost hit. This isn't just a car. It's a revolt on four wheels, and in the case of the 2026 Dodge Dart GTS, the revolution is turbocharged. This is here. Thanks for watching.